All right, joining us right now for more on the economy and also the details that are trickling out of the Harris and Trump campaigns about the candidates' economic plans is Joe LaVorgna. He's chief economist at SMBC Nikko Securities America, also a former Trump administration National Economic Council chief economist. Joe, let's just start with what you think for this Friday jobs number, what you think the Fed may or may not do this month.
They're definitely going 25. My guess is 50. It won't take them a lot to go 50. I mean, if it's 250, as Joe mentioned, I don't think they're going to go 50. But even anything, maybe even around consensus, could get them to move because the labor market tends to be a lagging indicator. Jobless claims are low, but the recipiency rate is also historically low. People aren't filing claims. So that makes me more cautious that they're giving the right message. The fact the rate is up 90 basis points from its cyclical low is important. You've always had recession when that's happened. Yes, employment has still been positive, but we've noticed in the past, you go back almost every cycle except one, unemployment starts to go up. Notice people enter the workforce because there's stress, and that generally precipitates broader weakness. So we're pretty negative on the economy. I think it's been weak for a while. I think the numbers have been overstating things.
We spoke with one guest earlier this morning, I'm trying to remember who it was, who said that if they cut 50 basis points, it could be a bad signal for the market because they're going to panic.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Yeah, I mean, look, the Fed has told us that R-star, that equilibrium rate is, even the range on R-star is like 250 to 4. So even if you're the high end of where you think rates should be in a neutral setting, it's way above where rates are now, 5.25 to 5.5. And in the last two easing cycles, excluding COVID, the Fed went 50 initially. So if you think rates need to go lower, why waste time? Get there sooner.
Is there any sort of politics that play into this at this point? One campaign or the other thinking, oh, they're getting helped or hurt by this?
I mean, the one thing, to Jay Powell's credit, the Fed did market the easing last December, and then all of a sudden the data kind of moved against them. I've also argued for a while the Fed should be cutting rates because the yield curve is massively inverted. Inflation expectations have been low. The economy is not that strong. So, yes, there could be a political argument that's made. I don't think it's that strong at the moment.
It takes a while for a Fed rate cut to actually
It takes a while. Yeah, the thing that I have a problem with is the Fed, to me, pivoted very quickly from we're going to go to only one cut this year in June, and all of a sudden in July they were thinking of cutting at that meeting, which shows you how hard it is to look at data and interpret data and make predictions. I think the Fed, communication-wise, could have done a better job.
There aren't a whole lot of things that the two campaigns agree on, but both of them have come out, both candidates have said that they're not in favor of the purchase of U.S. steel by a Japanese company. Where do you come down as a former economic?
I understand that's certainly there are political considerations there. I guess I would say that I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to go into details. I think we could figure out why the campaigns are doing that. What's that?
Meaning you don't think it's a good idea?
No, I didn't say that. Look, economics is great, but economics used to be politics, used to be political economy, and too often we're all about Ricardian equivalence and free trade, and we're not really sure about how the other side is behaving. And I've always said to people, Ricardo would tell you it doesn't matter whether you have the comparative advantage in potato chips or computer chips. I would say I'd rather be the country to produce the computer chips than the potato chips because high value added, higher wages. So it does sound like an economist. It does depend. But on that issue of steel, I think that's a contentious issue, so I'm not going to answer. I don't want to address it.